Hello and welcome to PSVR World's celebration video of all the amazing games that came to the PSVR in 2018. Now I am only going to be including games that I have reviewed or ones that I have spent a decent amount of time with. There are a couple of games that I hear are worthy of a top 10 list, but I haven't played yet, so I obviously can't really give an honest opinion about them. On the plus side though, some lesser known games may get some spotlight. Let's begin! Number 10. Apex Construct recently got updated with a new mode called the Signia Cup Challenge, so I went back to take a look. The extra content is only a shooting gallery, but it reminded me of just how fluid the bow and arrow controls really are in this game. They truly are perfect, and I haven't actually played another game since its release that has even come close to mimicking the controls as well. It also has one of the best inventory systems in a PSVR game, which makes it very worthy of my top 10 list, considering the game mainly revolves around these two gameplay elements. Number 9. Squishies simply had to make my list. It has very solid gameplay and the graphics are super crisp, even when you zoom in and out of the 100 levels. But it's made my list mainly thanks to the inclusion of the level editor, and because of the ability to share your creations online. It reminded me so much of the 100 of hours I spent in Little Big Planet. Sure, the level editor here is nowhere near as in-depth as Media Molecules, but it's so incredibly easy to use, and the tools actually make you feel like an artist. One of my most anticipated games is Dreams, and this was a fantastic taster into what game creation can feel like in a virtual world. Number 8. Not many games still have my attention after I've uploaded their review, but In Depth is the type of game that will pop up in your mind right before you're about to go to sleep. It's certainly the top game this year that had me pondering on how I could improve upon my combat skills, even when I wasn't playing the game. The online leaderboards and challenges that unlock player advantages keep you saying just one more attempt, and it's quite hard to put the game down. It's an incredibly hard game, which is very refreshing in a sea of easy and casual PSVR games. It absolutely calls out to the more hardcore VR gamers. Number 7. You know them children play centres, where you can run and jump around on soft padded material? Well, I instantly saw this game as an adult's version of that, not only because of the bright colours, but because of the similar thrill it gave me when I raced from one end of a stage to another. There's nothing quite like grabbing a ledge with one hand and then desperately reaching up with the other. Dangling over a massive drop is very heart pumping. This game really does offer so much replayability due to each stage's layout, and the inclusion of multiplayer ensures that you can show off and continue to make intense leaps long into the future. Number 6. Pixel Rip 1989 absolutely blew me away at the time. It instantly took me straight back to my childhood and brought back so many gaming memories. There is never a dull moment, it's so wacky and creative, yet it all combines so very well. The only thing that really let me down is its length. But to be honest, the time it takes to complete is understandable, as there is so much madness going on around you at all times. It's a game inside a game, so it's really two games of work here. This is absolutely an experience that you can't get anywhere else. It embraces and understands what VR is all about, and after the developers got a good grasp on what makes a VR title fun, they just let their imagination run wild, which makes it one of the most memorable VR games made so far. Number 5. Many PSVR games only include a few gameplay controls, as VR is still quite new and developers are still working out how to make everything work fluidly in a virtual space. But Sprint Vector chucks every exciting type of movement so far explored in VR into one game, and it pulls it off exceedingly well. You can fly, climb, grind, shoot, and there's even more. Honestly, there's so many actions here that at first glance it will seem hard to remember every one, but the actions you must perform come to you so naturally, even after only playing a couple of races, which ensures that it won't be long at all until you're racing in the online mode. It's one of the most exciting and thrilling games on this list. Number 4. I must admit, I did have a hard time with Firewall 0 Hour, when it first released. The waiting around info menus for a game to start really did initially put me off, but it's not enough to keep it off of my list. As soon as the PSVR first launched, a team-based shooter similar to Counter-Strike that supported the aim controller was one of the main games that most gamers wanted on the system, and it really was only a matter of time before our dream would become a reality. Firewall absolutely nailed the controls, and for the most part, map layouts. It's one of the few games that still has a strong community on the online servers after its initial launch, and it's really easy to see why. It simply deserves a high spot in this list. Number 3. As soon as the first trailer of Moss released, a lot of people instantly fell in love with Quill, even more so when they was able to virtually peer down at her. The adventure she goes on is still one of the most visually appealing on the PSVR. There really is so much attention to detail in the world. Before even taking control of her, your jaw just drops at the scenery all around you. The puzzles are not the hardest ever, but it ensures that you're never stuck for a long period of time, so you're soon greeted with the next stunning location. She may be incredibly small, but it doesn't make her journey any less grand. Let's hope she's got a big future ahead of her. Number 2. The Persistence does hold a special place in my gaming memory, as it was the first game ever that convinced me that randomly generated levels could be a lot of fun to play through. I never thought for a second that a VR game would be the first to change my mind, especially with all the randomly generated non-VR games out there. But the Persistence's level sections are so expertly crafted that I really did enjoy each new playthrough. Not only because VR horror is my favourite genre, but also because the upgrade system constantly makes you feel like you're getting more powerful, and there is so much here that you can improve. This game really is a must for horror fans. Number 1. Netflix Stranger Things The VR Experience. I absolutely love the TV show and have seen every episode so far. So being able to virtually enter a world that I've spent so much time with brought me such a sense of joy that I rarely get in other VR titles. The graphics are not the best, but it just adds to the whole creepy vibe the game is going for. Some may see this experience as a quickly made project, simply to promote the show, but it's so much more than that. I have played it over 20 times and I'm still spotting new details in the world. Once again, the lack of visual quality only adds to the experience itself, in this case, replayability. It's not only my top PSVR game of 2018, but my top PSVR game of all time. Let's hope with the release of Stranger Things Series 3, we get another amazing experience this year. Wait a minute, Beep. Stranger Things VR released in December of 2017, and I never played it more than once. It was hard enough getting through it one time. What? The last bit of this script isn't even in my handwriting. Well, hey, 4,000 subscribers, Beep. We just made it before the end of the year. To be honest, I don't think I'd have wrote anything that night.
Not really one of my best plans. I didn't really think this one through.
Never mind, I don't even need a script for the number 1 spot. There's no chance I'll ever forget my time with this one. The real number 1. Astrobot. I bet you guys didn't see this one coming. This was absolutely the best PSVR game I've played this year. Astrobot controls perfectly, and the level design is very reminiscent of a Nintendo title. It simply has high quality polish throughout. There's really not many things you can fault with it, and the game constantly surprises you with new gameplay elements. The graphics are crisp and sharp, and the boss battles are some of the best I've ever had the pleasure of facing in the whole of gaming. The interaction required from both your virtual self and Astrobot just immerses you so much in these fights, and the last 2 boss battles in particular, which I won't ruin here, will be in my memory forever. It's truly set some very high standards for VR games in the future, and is the must-own title on the PSVR. I hope you enjoyed this list, and remember, some games didn't make it simply because I haven't put enough time into them. Let me and Beat know in the comments below, and you never know, they may appear in a new show that we are bringing to the channel this year. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more PSVR content in 2019.